Essay 14, Managing Our Mental Tent Poles. In a tent, the longest poles determine our internal experience of what is and isn't possible. Our consciousness works in similar ways, with our most prominent memories and experiences, whether positive or negative, often serving as the longest tent poles that determine our internal experience. Most of us, perhaps without realizing, have allowed our worst experiences to become the longest poles in our mental and emotional tent. That betrayal from years ago, the failure that still stings, the loss that left us hollow, these moments may still define us, impacting not just our present but our future. By allowing these particular metaphorical tent poles to be the longest, we've become the interior decorators of our own limitations, arranging our mental furniture around our most painful memories, and then wondering why our prospects seem limited. When these painful experiences dominate our mental framework, they color everything. This may cause us to approach new relationships through the lens of old wounds, or to avoid rather than embrace opportunities. We may greet uncertainty, such as the collective consciousness shift. We're now in the midst of with pessimism, worry, and a protective stance that keeps us small and wary of opportunities. This may become particularly noticeable during periods of uncertainty. Whether navigating personal transitions, societal changes, or global upheavals, sitting in uncertainty while our tent is structured around our worst experiences is unnecessarily uncomfortable. This can cause us to default to bracing for what could go wrong rather than embracing possibilities. When our tent is held up by anxiety and old grievances, our focus tends to shift more to surviving than thriving, more to bracing than embracing. The power of conscious remodeling. But here's one place where sovereignty of mind can make the difference. As John Milton wrote, the mind can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. Hence, through inner work, we have the power to choose which experiences will serve as our longest tent poles. Rather than our worst moments, we can consciously select our most joyful, peaceful, and balanced moments to become the framework that shapes our inner space. Think of it as a mental home renovation project, except instead of dealing with permits and contractors, you're dictating to your own mind about which memories will occupy your most prime mental real estate. Imagine restructuring your inner tent around the pole of that moment when you felt completely loved and accepted, when everything clicked into place in an effortless flow, when you experienced profound peace or joy, when you felt trusting of and supported by the universe. What might be the ramifications if the memory of your greatest triumph, your deepest connection, or your most transcendent experience became the tallest pole in your internal psychological structure? When we consciously make such a mental shift, something remarkable can happen. Instead of approaching uncertainty with dread, we can meet it with curiosity and optimism based on the track record we've chosen to focus on. The unknown can then become a realm of possibilities rather than perils. Those long periods of, we just don't know yet, can have the space within our mental tent to transform from being uncomfortable to being a window of opportunity for growth and discovery. We can choose to alchemize what may seem like an emergency into emergence. Navigating the shift with a remodeled tent. As we collectively navigate what many call the shift, this period of accelerated uncertainty, change, and consciousness evolution, our careful and conscious choice of long tent poles can make all the difference. Are we going to structure our experience of uncertainty and change around the fear of how bad could it get or how good could it get? Either way, don't be surprised when the universe responds accordingly. When our inner architecture is supported by our best experiences, we naturally become braver and more adventurous rather than protective. Our automatic go to may lean more towards compassion than judgment, contributing to personal and collective healing and solutions rather than wounding and problems. This doesn't mean denying or suppressing difficult experiences. It means, through sovereignty of mind, choosing to not let them dominate our perceptions and potential. We acknowledge them, learn from them, and then consciously decide that they won't be in the driver's seat. Think of it as demoting your trauma from CEO of your inner experience to consultant. Daily tentpole management. Restructuring our inner tent isn't just a one-time thing. It's an ongoing practice that's especially important during uncertain times. Each day, we can ask ourselves, what experiences am I allowing to shape and color my reality today? Am I letting old wounds define my past and limit my future? Or am I choosing to build from my moments of greatest strength, confidence, and joy? The tent of your consciousness is yours to design. Choose your tent poles consciously and wisely. What will it be? The proceeding was generated by an AI ghostwriter from Bob Cochran's writing and sampled voice. For more information on Bob's first book, Emerging Imaginal You, a time-traveling note to self from the corner of science and spirituality, or his second book, Hyperdimensional You, Surfing the Shift Toward Mastery, check out Clever, the number 2, Wise, that's clever2wise.com. On Facebook, search for hashtag Clever2Wise. To help this work continue, like and share Bob's YouTube videos, which can be located by searching for @Clever2Wise. To be notified as new videos become available, click subscribe.